Amidst all the new SUVs and crossovers, sedans are still trying to prove their value to the customer base that's now more oriented toward a compact car segment. That, however, doesn't apply to BMW and its 3 Series. Firstly available as a saloon, then a convertible, coupe, liftback, and hatchback, the 3 Series now delivers a magnificent sedan body style. But, regardless of the model type, customers have been hooked up to the BMW 3 Series lineup from the start. So let's take a look at 10 reasons why you should buy the 2023 BMW 3 Series. The new BMW 3 Series has some distinct alterations made to its appearance. The most noteworthy changes all partook in the front. For instance, its grille now has double bars resembling older M cars, and its headlights incorporate the iconic inverted L shapes. At the rear, its tail lights have been slightly slimmed down, and its rear bumper has been plastered with more black plastic. Overall, the new 3 Series retains the sportiness of all its predecessors but has an even more menacing look. Let's address the elephant in the room first. Since the F30 Generation 3 Series introduced electronic-assisted steering, there has been a slight lack of driver involvement in its driving experience. However, there is much that makes up for this. The new BMW 3 Series still drives like a proper sports sedan since it's rear-wheel drive, and its engine lives underneath the hood. Oh, and don't even get us started on the sheer power. One thing that previous BMW models all fell flat and slightly was their infotainment displays. Sure, they were stunning to look at and easy to use, but their age was starting to show. Luckily, the new BMW 3 Series LCI received a total overhaul on the inside. BMW stuck to its roots by sculpting the cabin out of the most precious materials, but the company went above and beyond with the technology in this 3 Series, more on that in a bit. In North America, the new BMW 3 Series LCI features 3 different powertrains. The 330i receives a 2.0-liter turbocharged inline-4 that produces 225 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. The plug-in hybrid 330e, on the other hand, inhabits the same engine, but since it gains some assistance from an electric motor, its figures bump up to 288 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. That said, the M340i is the true star of the show. Underneath the M340i's hood sits a neat 3.0-liter turbocharged straight-six that benefits from a small 48-volt hybrid system. In total, the M340i churns out 382 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. Usually, the normal 3 Series was respectably fast, but nothing to write home about. This has since changed with the introduction of the new LCI. The base 330i can reach 60 miles per hour from a standstill in only 5.5 seconds, and the 330e does roughly the same. The M340i can do the same in just over 4 seconds since it has BMW's xDrive all-wheel drive system at its disposal. There are 2 other German giants that square up against the new BMW 3 Series. Namely, the new Mercedes-Benz C-Class and the Audi A5. Most would assume that the Merc is more luxurious and better built than the Beamer, and that the Audi is more practical, hence its optional quattro all-wheel drive. But in reality, the BMW 3 Series is every bit as glamorous as the C-Class, and since all models have an optional xDrive system in place, the Audi's year-round drivability factor is also irrelevant. The 2023 BMW 3 Series is also cheaper than the C-Class and the A5 since it starts at $43,295. The 3 Series has always been the ideal daily driver for enthusiasts with a little bit of cash to splurge, and the new 2023 year model is no exception. It has a well-balanced ride, can seat up to 5 passengers comfortably, is more than brisk enough to take you on your daily commute, and looks stunning while doing it. Oh, and not to mention, the new 3 Series is jam-packed and full of technology. BMW started experimenting with new age technology not too long ago. Some of their experiments' results have made their way into the new 3 Series. These are items such as laser light LEDs and adaptive dampers. The new infotainment display in the BMW 3 Series, called iDrive 8, comes standard with a built-in navigation system, a 5G Wi-Fi hotspot, and a voice assistant. Before we forget, it also comes with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard. Believe it or not, the new BMW 3 Series is fuel efficient. The rear-wheel drive 330i ought to fetch 26 miles per gallon in the city and 36 miles per gallon on the open road, but some have even managed to garner a 42 miles per gallon rating on the highway. The 330e is even more frugal on fuel since it has an electric-only range of 23 miles and should garner a combined fuel consumption figure of 28 miles per gallon. Even the M340i isn't all that thirsty since it should achieve 23 miles per gallon in the city and 32 miles per gallon on the highway. There are very few cars in history that do as many things as well as the BMW 3 Series with little to no compromises. The BMW 3 Series is fun to drive, yet comfortable too, thanks to its adaptive suspension. It's good-looking and rather light on its feet. For those who care about their fuel bill every month, the 330e is available, and for those who only prioritize performance, the M340i is a perfect fit. The new BMW 3 Series is one of the best cars to leave BMW's factory in ages.